Agent harness is the future of product. For anyone who views himself as a product manager, I'm sure you probably had some flavor of this self-question at some point over the last 2 years, which is that assuming the model just continues to get better, is there even a point for product or user experience design anymore? Will the model just be the one and only all-encompassing product? And if so, do we even need PMs in the future? But on the other hand, some of my favorite agentic products just feel so different from one another, despite having similar capabilities. For example, even when using the same underlying model, Claude Code and OpenClaw just feel so different. The conclusion that I have reached, at least till now, is that models are not everything, and their agentic harnesses are the future of product. So to show what I mean, and thanks to the leak of Claude Code's source code earlier this week, I went ahead and compared Claude Code and OpenClaw, and I wanted to share with you why subtle design differences in their harnesses can lead to fundamentally distinct product experiences. So first, despite both being general agentic solutions, they're designed for different core experiences. Claude Code, as its name suggests, is first and foremost created as a developer-first agent. And because us developers work in a context of a code base, it thus has what I call a project or repo-based experience. On the other hand, for OpenClaw, it's created to be like Tony Stark's Jarvis, a persistent, always-on AI assistant, so its focus is what I call an agent-based experience. Let's unpack a bit of what I mean here. A great example of how the two agents differed in order to best serve their respective core experiences is their memory and context design. Claude Code's memory is largely project or repo scoped. If you open up Claude Code in different projects, you will have completely different memories. On the other hand, OpenClaw's memory is agent scoped. Each agent has a workspace directory that contains all of its memory files. Instead of tracking memories by project, OpenClaw records memory by day, and they're all accessible by the agent, whereas Claude Code, on the other hand, can only access memories within a particular project. Session designs are also fundamentally different between the two agents. Claude Code, because it's built initially as a developer tool, is primarily optimized for a single user, single session experience in a terminal. Each session is user-driven, meaning that the user controls when to open the new Claude Code session, and its context is fully isolated from that of the other sessions. OpenClaw, on the other hand, is designed for cross-sessions and multi-channels from the start. The concept of a session, in fact, is almost hidden away from the end user. Contexts across channels are unified into sessions by default, which is why you feel like talking to the same person all the time. Claude Code and OpenClaw each further optimize its core experience in different ways. Claude Code, as is developer-centric, provides code diff UI, plan mode, and explicit user controls over context management. OpenClaw, on the other hand, almost wants its user to not even have any awareness of context limit at all, and innovates around things like so.md and makes the agent feel more personalized. All in all, these are all subtle harness designs that facilitate towards the core agent experience